So the over here, I mean the navigation to this, it is this documents, files, file cabinet. But before this, as I told you, this particular thing will be only visible to you if you have enabled the feature in the enable features. Okay, uh, under the company tab. Okay, so only when you have like check this checkbox, you can find this option here under documents, file cabinet. Okay, now I'll tell you the kind of purpose I that this the purpose of this. Okay, so any organization related documents, files, anything. Okay, any sort of documents you can store it in here. Okay, but those documents cannot be like just randomly put in. You have to put them in the folder, which is mandatory. They can only sit in the folder. Okay, by standard, what all things are over here? So you will find the images folder and the suite script folder. These two folders are standard here. In suite script folder, all the technical, I mean, people whoever write the scripts and all, okay, they whenever they deploy the scripts into the NetSuite, those scripts will go and sit in the suite script folder. So for any sort of customization, whatever scripts are written, so whenever your scripts get deployed, they get deployed automatically in this folder by default. And NetSuite also suggests you to keep all your scripts in this folder. Okay, which it gets easy for the technical people.
I have not been able to understand anything in this right now. What is the purpose? What is the when it is being used? So this is a new concept, doesn't exist anywhere else. So conceptually, can you explain first of all?
Yeah, so see, that's what I'm talking about. Like okay, the purpose of this particular file cabinet is okay. Firstly, NetSuite offers 10 GB of space over here in this file cabinet. Okay, the purpose of this file cabinet is to store any kind of document or file. Okay, whatever. Okay, you can relate it to your organization. You can store it here, and you can access these files from here. Okay,
Give
not
me an
only like
example.
sorry.
Give me an example.
Like say for example, okay, like your company logo, okay, or like your invoice PDF documents, okay, or maybe like any maybe some company related document that talks about the company or the company's information or anything, okay, you can store over here in these folders. Okay, your company logos also can be stored here through which like you access it on the forms and all. Okay, apart from that, like we also store the scripts over here. Okay, because this is the region where all the scripts are stored. Okay, when they get deployed, they are stored here so that like they can be accessed and like used wherever they are
Hey,
supposed
scripts
to
means
be.
what? What do you mean by scripts?
So scripts, what we do is that any sort of customization that you have to do. Say for example, you want to auto source the data, or you want to set default values, or you want to perform integrations. Okay, or you want to automate the processes by scheduling them. Okay, so we write scripts. Okay, in order to like achieve these kind of jobs.
Yeah.
Okay, so for that, like we write scripts, and those scripts when they get deployed here in the suite script folder. So this is one another use case apart from the others that I have spoken to you.
I don't know what. Okay.
Okay, I could you get an idea, or it's still
No,
ambiguous?
very ambiguous. Until unless you show me doing something and making it
Yeah.
work, there is no
Okay.
purpose.
Okay. So once again, I'm showing you it's documents, file cabinet. Okay. So when you come over here, as I mentioned, like you have to store all your files in the folder only. Okay. So whatever kind of files you want to store. Okay. Like you can store any kind of file, like your organization related documents, or your like PDF documents, like your invoices, your orders. Okay. Or the documents that come from the other.
Our files here.
How do we?
I want to store my resume. Where will I store it?
या मैं उसको आगे I'm like coming on to that. पहले मैं बता रहा हूँ कि क्या क्या possibilities है store का. Okay, maybe you're integrating NetSuite with other system, and other system is sending data to you in the file. Okay, so like you can store those files here, and from here you can access the files and like do the further job and all of it. Okay, now how do we store the files here? Okay, we have over here, we go to the new folder. Okay, and we'll create a folder, give the folder name. If you want this folder to be a subfolder of any other folder, that means you want to have a parent folder for this, you can select the other folders from here. Otherwise you can leave it blank. This folder will be independent. Okay. Types, by default it will be documents and files only. Here you can describe about your folder. Okay. And then over here you can restrict your folder based on class, department, location, subsidiary, or employee group. Okay, so you can do the restriction any based on any of this. If you don't want to restrict based on this, you only want it to be privately available for you only, then you check the checkbox of private. So then this folder will not be visible to anyone, it will just with be with you. Okay. But in case if you don't check the checkbox of private and you do not apply any kind of restrictions, then this folder will be public and anyone can access, anyone can remove, add or delete, remove, add or like move the files. Okay. And in case you want to inactivate this folder, you can come back and check the checkbox of inactive. Yeah. So now with this, I'll save the folder.
Can you scroll down? What is that? Remove all below in the bottom section.
Okay, 1 minute. Here it is nothing but like just the
Yeah, what are these? Title, name, date.
these are like nothing like inside the folder, like if in case you want to do like add categories kind of a thing. Okay, it is for that.
What?
I'll save it. Okay, so this is how your folder is created. Okay, now you have your folder ready. Okay, now over here you have two options: add file, advanced add. Advanced add, you use it whenever you have zip files. Okay, and like otherwise add file. You click on this, you can just pull in any file over here into the NetSuite. Okay, so like this is how like you can just add your files and you can store your files over here. There are certain other operations that you can perform here. That is, you can copy files from one folder to another folder. You can delete files from the folder and move files between the folders. Okay, this is like, I mean,
Do you
yeah,
upload files here?
yes, वही तो कहना मैंने भी यहाँ से ऐड फाइल से मैंने अपलोड किया है अभी
Advanced add.
एडवांस ऐड में जिप फाइल्स यहाँ से आप जिप फाइल्स ऐड कर
Okay.
okay and then copy files like in case you want to copy the file from one folder to another you can select
Fine.
decide copy to okay say b okay you can move it or you can copy it to that folder. Say you want to delete files, just select it and delete it. Okay, and in case you want to move files, okay, you can move it to the other folder. So these basically these are the operations that you can perform over here. Okay, but basically in real case scenario, okay, as a business perspective इसका यूज बोलूँ तो इसका यूज ज्यादातर वहाँ होता है जहाँ पे like I'll tell you one of the use cases where like what we did. So like I mean back then around 4 years ago, like okay, I was on a Thai project जहाँ पे टिम हॉर्टन्स का क्लाइंट था. तो टिम हॉर्टन्स का पॉस सिस्टम पे एट द एंड ऑफ द डे जो भी उसका मतलब सेल रेवेन्यू होता है और जो भी इन्वेंट्री कंजम्पशन होता है वो एक्सेल फाइल में वहां से डेटा हमें वो एक्सेल फाइल्स यहाँ भेजेगा. तो यहाँ पर वो आके वो हम इस इधर फाइल कैबिनेट में एक फोल्डर में देन यहाँ से हमारी स्क्रिप्ट्स ले लाइक दे यूज्ड टू गो पिक दोस फाइल्स, रीड दोस फाइल्स एंड अकॉर्डिंगली सेल रेवेन्यू का जेईस
यहाँ पे लोड
बनाता.
कैसे होती थी वो फाइल उसकी?
सॉरी,
यहाँ पे कैसे लोड होती थी फाइल उसकी?
तो हम क्या करते थे
कार पहला ये कि उसके सिस्टम से कोई एक प्रोग्राम लिखेगा वो फाइल,
हाँ
वो फाइल यहाँ पे कैसे पहुंचेगी, है ना?
वही मैं बताता हूँ.
And
तो
second
उसके लिए
question, is there no API that I can directly could have used it in to load it directly on NetSuite?
नो
API interface से?
नहीं, डायरेक्ट हमारे पास एपीआईज नहीं है कि आप एक्सटर्नल सिस्टम पे ये करके लो. बट हमारे पास अभी तक क्या यूज किया था कि स्वीट स्क्रिप्ट 2.x में आपके पास एस एफ टी पी कनेक्शन के एपीआईज होते हैं. तो वो क्या करता था, वो पॉस सिस्टम से एस एफ टी पी सर्वर पे डालता था एंड एस एफ टी पी वी हैव रेडीमेड एस एफ टी पी एपीआईज जो एस एफ टी पी सर्वर कनेक्ट करके वहां से फाइल्स लेकर यहाँ पे नेटस्वीट में दे यूज टू पुट इन. एंड यहाँ पर कैसे लाइक इसी पर्टिकुलर फोल्डर या ये कैसे, उसके लिए फोल्डर आईडी ऊपर ये फोल्डर आईडी हम उनको देते थे. सो दैट यूज टू बी आइडेंटिफिकेशन ओवर हियर कि हाँ इस फोल्डर आईडी में जाके लाइक उसको फाइल स्टोर करना है. ये फोल्डर आईडी अगर आपको
वो
मैं
जो
दिखाऊं,
SFTP सर्वर NetSuite का ही SFTP सर्वर है ऐसा?
नहीं नहीं नहीं, अंडर एसएफटीपी प्रोटोकॉल वी यूज्ड टू गेट दोस फाइल्स ओवर हियर.
Okay, how does that works? Can you show me?
सो वी हैव, तो ये से हमारे पास एपीआई है. तो यहाँ से हम होस्ट की मतलब हम होस्ट की ये करते थे, सेट करते थे डायरेक्टरी से, मतलब कनेक्शन क्रिएट करना है और मतलब कहाँ से फाइल को उठाना है, यूआरएल, की आईडी, यूजर नेम। तो वी हैव एंड देन अगर मतलब एक सोर्स सिस्टम से फाइल को डाउनलोड करना है तो कनेक्शन डॉट डाउनलोड एपीआई है हमारे पास, जो यहाँ पर वो डायरेक्टरी का पाथ और फाइल नेम डालेंगे तो like it will go there, it will search that file and it will download it. If you need to make a directory on the third party system, you can do that, remove a directory or remove a file or upload a file. So we have ready made APIs for that.
स्क्रॉल अप, नहीं स्क्रॉल अप लिटिल बिट, नहीं
Yeah,
लेफ्ट
see,
साइड पे,
अच्छा यहाँ से स्टार्ट होता है n/sftp module.
नहीं हाँ ये अच्छा, तो you will ask somebody to put the file on an SFTP server and then you will pick it up from the SFTP server
Yes,
and upload
yes,
here from SFTP server to here you have it,
yeah,
uh, these programs.
yes,
It's already written.
yeah. And then apart from this we have one another thing. Okay, ये n/file. ओके, तो यहाँ पर मतलब फाइल, ये फाइल लोड करने की एपीआईज मतलब आईडी, आप ये या तो पाथ दे सकते हो या तो फिर डायरेक्ट फाइल की आईडी। अब हर फाइल का अपना आईडी होता है, ठीक है। मैं फॉर एग्जांपल मैं ये अपना फोल्डर खोलता हूँ, अभी ये हो गया फोल्डर का आईडी। ओके, फाइल का आईडी आपको जानना है तो देखो ये फाइल का आईडी है, ये आईडी आप इस एपीआई में एज ए पैरामीटर पास करके यू कैन यूज इट। So you can load any file, okay, any file that is present in the file cabinet, you can load it in your script and you can script, your script can like, I mean, read through it. Any operations you want to perform, you can do that as well. So there are other APIs as well with respect to that. You can create the files and store it in the file cabinet.
What do you mean by you can create the file and store it in the file
यू
cabinet?
कैन अभी से फॉर एग्जांपल ऐसा होता है कि शायद आपको मतलब यू वांट रिपोर्ट्स टू बी क्रिएटेड इन एक्सेल फॉर्मेट
हाँ
और पीडीएफ फॉर्मेट एंड ऑल, सो
हाँ,
वी विल राइट अ स्क्रिप्ट that will create the reports on the daily basis, okay,
हम्म,
and
हम्म।
store it in one dedicated folder that we have.
कुछ प्रोग्राम रहता है, इजी रहता है, अभी कोई रिपोर्ट रन करके वहां पे स्टोर कर सकते हो क्या ऑटोमेटिक?
नहीं, आपको वो रिपोर्ट, अगर आप फंक्शनली पूछ रहे हो रिपोर्ट रन करके वहां स्टोर करने का, ऑटोमेटिक ऑटोमेटेड ये नहीं है। आपको ये इसको ऑटोमेट करना है तो यू हैव टू टेक द राउट ऑफ स्क्रिप्टिंग।
अच्छा, तो वो स्क्रिप्ट में क्या करना पड़ेगा?
स्क्रिप्ट में आपको लाइक यू हैव टू रीड द कोड ऑफ, यू हैव टू राइट द कोड ऑफ, लाइक फर्स्ट यू हैव टू, अपने पास कैसा सर्च एपीआईज होता है तो सर्च एपीआईज यूज करके यू गेट ऑल द डेटा, देन इन
हम्म,
दैट डेटा यू यूज टू क्रिएट एक्सेल फाइल। ओके,
हाँ
एंड
हाँ,
देन वो फाइल क्रिएट होने के बाद you you can create the file using file.create API, okay, and then you can like save it in whichever folder, like you have whatever folder you have created.
ओके
This is your file.create API.
ओके। तो इसको और किस किस तरीके से एक्सेस कर सकते हैं और क्या क्या फीचर्स होते हैं इसमें?
तो स्क्रिप्टिंग से के थ्रू दिस इज द वे। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट इट्स ऑल थ्रू द यूआई। ओके, वर्कफ्लो से फाइल कैबिनेट एक्सेस नहीं होता है। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट लाइक इट्स थ्रू द यूआई। सो दीज आर द ओनली टू वेज थ्रू विच यू कैन एक्सेस इट।
तो प्रोग्राम अगर मैं लिखूं तो कैन इट रीड ए फाइल?
यस इट कैन, इट
तो
कैन।
तो आई डोंट हैव टू राइट एनीथिंग स्पेशल, और हाउ टू रीड ए फाइल प्रोग्रामेटिकली? मान
हाँ,
लो
प्रोग्रामेटिकली आपको लाइक स्क्रिप्ट लिखना पड़ेगा टू रीड
हम्म,
द फाइल। से इफ इट्स अ सीएसवी फाइल तो कॉमा सेपरेटेड बेसिस पे आपको वैसा लाइक कोड लिखना पड़ेगा। इफ इट्स एन एक्सेल फाइल लाइक देयर इज अ वे टू रीड, एक्सएमएल फाइल के लिए देयर इज अ पर्टिकुलर वे टू रीड, सो यू हैव टू कोड दैट। यू डू नॉट हैव रेडीमेड एपीआईज टू रीड द फाइल।
अच्छा, मतलब ऐसा नहीं लिख सकते कि आई कैन जस्ट गिव ए पाथ टू अ फाइल इन ए कंकरेंट प्रोग्राम एंड से हे रीड दिस फाइल?
नहीं नहीं नहीं, वैसा नहीं,
वो प्रोग्राम
वैसा
में
नहीं होगा। बट अभी एआई आ रहा है, इतना ये कर रहा है तो शायद वो जल्दी हो भी जाएगा। फिलहाल के लिए तो नहीं है।
ठीक है।
Any other questions or any more questions with respect to file cabinet?
नहीं, कैन वी गो टू द फाइल कैबिनेट? हाँ, बस इसमें फाइल कैबिनेट में बस इतना ही है और कुछ नहीं है?
बस इतना ही और कुछ भी नहीं है।
Can you show me how to like register a customer concurrent program? Let's say I want some program to run every 5 hour or every 5 minute or every 10 hour, and then read some file from here. How can we do that?
So okay, so there are two things you have asked. I'll show you the first thing first. आपको if there is anything you want to do
Those are the most
periodically.
important thing, right? How do you schedule a program that you
Yes,
want to
that is
run?
the first thing I'm going to show you. Okay, तो अब
Hmm.
program में भी scripting में भी there are two types of scripts. एक होता है scheduled script जो कि आप schedule कर सकते हो, ठीक है, and that itself is powerful. बट अगर आपको एक्सट्रीमली लार्ज साइज ऑफ डेटा पे हैंडल करना है, मे बी 100,000 रिकॉर्ड्स और सो ओके, then
Hmm.
that case you take this map reduce script because this is the most powerful type of switch script. जब हम स्वीट स्क्रिप्ट वाले सेशन पे जाएंगे ना, तब आपको इस डिटेल कि हाउ दिस इज पावरफुल दैन दी अदर्स। ओके, जब ये स्क्रिप्ट्स में जाते हो आप, तो से फॉर एग्जांपल मैं अभी एक स्क्रिप्ट रिकॉर्ड पे जा रहा हूँ, ठीक है, यहाँ पर डिप्लॉयमेंट्स में जाऊंगा, तो यहाँ डिप्लॉयमेंट्स में होता है अवेलेबल, ये यहाँ नीचे। सो आई एडिट इट फर्स्ट, you would set the status to scheduled, okay, and then when you come down, how would you want it to be? Single event, daily event, daily repeat every, like, how many days, okay, then weekly event, then which day of the week, okay, monthly event, which month, and like what, all these details you can give. Yearly event, okay, you can give further details over here, okay, and start date, start time. Now as you said, repeat, so starting from 15 minutes, 30 minutes, every hour, every 2 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, you can repeat its execution. And if you want to have a certain end date, you can, or you can just check the checkbox of no end date. So this will keep running forever as per the schedule that is set.
ये कहाँ से आए? How did you reach here? Can you navigate back
या
again?
तो ये स्क्रिप्टिंग जैसी सारी चीजें कस्टमाइजेशन के अंडर आती है, तो इसलिए
Okay.
कस्टमाइजेशन, स्क्रिप्टिंग, स्क्रिप्ट्स,
Okay.
you come here, then you choose the type of sweet script. Over here there are several types you will get to know in the sweet script session, okay,
Okay.
but scheduling jobs can be done only through map reduce and the scheduled script here, okay, then your scripts are over here, so you can go, there are dedicated records of each of the for each
तो
of the script.
concurrent programs ऐसे pre-built नहीं है क्या? Which can be scheduled?
नहीं, प्री बिल्ट
देखिए,
नहीं है।
हमारे यहाँ तो बहुत सारे होते हैं कि भाई पिक रिलीज, लेट्स से डू यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज अ पिक रिलीज?
या जो वेयरहाउस में मतलब
हाँ, तो वो तो
ये
प्री बिल्ट होना चाहिए कि भाई ये गो चेक फॉर ऑर्डर्स दैट आर रेडी फॉर पिक रिलीजिंग एंड रिलीज देम टू वेयरहाउस।
नहीं, नहीं यहाँ पर लाइक
या ऐसा कोई कंकरेंट प्रोग्राम की गो एंड चेक द ऑर्डर्स दैट आर शिप्ड एंड क्रिएट ए इनवॉइस फॉर देम।
नहीं, 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 यहाँ पे लाइक वी हैव टू डू दैट कस्टमाइजेशन, दैट इज नॉट रेडीली अवेलेबल दैट ऑप्शन।
कोई रिपोर्ट प्री बिल्ट है जो हम चाहते हैं कि ऑटोमेटिकली रन करे हर 1 घंटे बाद?
तो वो रिपोर्ट्स यहाँ पर है जो प्री बिल्ट रिपोर्ट्स है, ठीक है, ओवर हियर इन्वेंट्री वगैरह सभी को लेके, तो
हम्म।
आप वो दीज रिपोर्ट्स यू कैन व्यू थ्रू एंड दीज रिपोर्ट्स यू कैन शेड्यूल, कि मतलब शेड्यूल ऑफ
हाउ डू यू
व्हाट, लाइक
schedule them?
वो मैं रिपोर्ट्स की इसमें टॉपिक में बताऊंगा। अभी आई टेक वन एग्जांपल, ओके, I'm not sure if we have the flexibility for standard reports to be scheduled, but let me confirm. No, we do not have the standard reports, like we cannot schedule. You can create reports via save searches and you can schedule those save searches. I'll show you how do we do that during the save searches session.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, any questions with respect to the file cabinet?
But for file cabinet, then the only way is through those code that they have provided, how to access the files out of it.
Yeah.
So in file cabinet, now the question is, if I want to manipulate the data, do you guys use file cabinet for that? Let's say I want to migrate the data, right, or import some data into NetSuite. You will talk to me about APIs, right? Let's say I want to import sales orders, okay, from
Uh,
Salesforce into NetSuite,
hmm,
or I
hmm.
want to import subscriptions. How would you recommend I import subscriptions on a regular basis? Let's say I have sales being made in Salesforce, and now it is creating a subscription or a sales order. How would I create that here in NetSuite? What
Yeah,
is
so
your recommendation?
for that, what you do, you, like when you set up the integration, you decide like how would you want to send the data here, in the JSON format or in the plain text or in the XML format, okay, whatever format. If you are sending it in the JSON format, you do not have the file cabinet or file or any kind of file related things will not intervene. Okay, if you are sending it in the XML format, okay, or in the Excel format or something, then the file things will intervene. Then like the data will come and sit I mean come in a file and sit here in the file cabinet. From here you will read it and you will create it.
So are you going to walk me through? Those are the things I want to understand, right?
That is,
हाँ,
and
I understand.
APIs that we very oftenly use and मतलब जो 90% cases में
हाँ,
APIs use
हाँ,
yeah, that I'll walk you through. वो स्वीट स्क्रिप्ट सेशन में ये सब होगा.
क्योंकि I want to understand the integration architecture, right? What are the various ways you can integrate NetSuite with different systems? And
Yeah.
how do you think about integrations? How do you manage those integrations? The important thing here is, how do you manipulate the data before bringing it into the system? And normally, what do you guys do, right? I mean, in Oracle, we used to have some kind of a staging environment. We will stage the data there, load it. Let's say somebody is sending you a file, right? Or
Hmm.
some kind of data. Now, that format may not be 100% useful for Oracle format. So I would put that in a staging environment, manipulate, because it will be a database. I will be able to go into those tables, update the data, manipulate the data to meet with, let's say, there they call it, in Salesforce, the payment term is called 15 net, and here it is
Ah,
called net 15, right,
ah,
in NetSuite.
ah.
I'm just
Yeah.
taking that as an example. So now you have to update that payment term, that, oh, if it is 15 net and we call it net 15, and update it before you start loading, otherwise it will error out. So
Yeah.
how do you manipulate that data and stuff? Where do you use these files? How easy it is to manipulate the files here or not, in this?
Okay, I'll talk to you about this in that sweet script session.
Okay.
Okay, and yeah, so this was all with respect to the file cabinet. Now we'll talk about center tabs. Okay, so center tabs is okay. So over here we have tabs and we have certain things associated. So
तो
like
pre-built आता है क्या?
pre-built as in
Is there anything that it comes as a like कि ये folder structure बना हुआ आता है, या you just keep creating the folders in this?
नहीं 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 ऐसा कुछ नहीं pre-built आता है.
अच्छा.
Yeah. So yeah, now with respect to center tabs, now you are able to see these tabs, right? ऐसे ही अगर आपको custom tabs बनाने हैं चीजें रखनी है वो tab के अंदर, okay, then you choose the option of center tabs. Okay, so इसमें before going on to there on to work, I need to tell you something over here. So see over here, transactions is called a tab, bank is called category, and these are called links. Write checks, make deposit, transfer funds, credit card, and all.
और फिर लिंक के अंदर भी तो कुछ है, लिस्ट और सर्च.
वो लिंक से एसोसिएटेड होते हैं, वो लिंक के अंदर ही आता है वो. ठीक है,
अच्छा.
तो अभी हम भी जब बनाएंगे हमें ये पूरा ऐसे ऑर्डर में बनाना है. ठीक है, तो लाइक आई विल शो यू हाउ डू वी डू दैट. यू गो टू सेट कस्टमाइजेशन, सेंटर्स एंड टैब्स, सेंटर टैब्स न्यू. ओके, मैं एक okay, this is the name I'm giving to our tab. And center, like you can give all of classic center. Okay, since I'm on the administrator role. Okay, देन यहाँ पे कैटेगरीज एंड ऑल, यहाँ पर आपको कैटेगरीज असाइन करने का जरूरत नहीं है. वी आर गोइंग टू सेपरेटली क्रिएट कैटेगरी, तो वहाँ पे दिखाऊंगा मैं. एंड देन यहाँ ऑडियंस पे यू कैन डिसाइड नाउ टू नैरो डाउन कि ये टैब आप जो बना रहे हो ये आपको सबको अवेलेबल नहीं करना है. ओनली शायद वो स्पेसिफिक सब्सिडरीज को आपको अवेलेबल करना हो, या शायद स्पेसिफिक डिपार्टमेंट्स को, या शायद स्पेसिफिक रोल्स को, या ग्रुप्स को, या स्पेसिफिक कस्टमर्स, वेंडर्स, पार्टनर्स, रोल्स. ओके, यू कैन डिसाइड किनको स्पेसिफिकली. if you don't select anything, just keep selecting all, it will be available for all. Yeah, is
Okay.
it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll save this, and with this a tab will be created. Okay, so now since all cannot get accommodated, there you see our tab is ready. Okay, but now we'll have to create a category and link under this tab. Okay, अभी बेसिकली हमारे टैब का मोटो क्या है, मैं इनवॉइसेस को अपने टैब हूँ. ठीक है, वहां वहां से भी नेविगेशन देना चाहता हूँ. So since I want the invoices pages there, right? Okay, so I'll go to transactions, sales, create invoices list.
So
Okay.
I can create a custom form and call here.
Yeah, you can create a custom
How do
record
I
and
create a custom form? Will you be talking about that in that suit script or
in the
customization?
customization. In the customization, I'll talk and I'll show you how do you set it up under our custom tab.
Okay.
Okay. Abhi, now, for now, like say for example, this is that page I want under our tab. Okay. I'll copy the link, go to customization again, centers and tabs, center links, new. Okay. You paste the URL here, label, say invoices list. Okay. And save it. सो अभी क्या हुआ है अपना, हमने टैब बना दिया, हमने लिंक बना दिया, अभी कैटेगरी से हम ब्रिज करेंगे विद टैब एंड द लिंक. सो आई विल गो टू कस्टमाइजेशन अगेन, सेंटर टैब्स, दिस टाइम सेंटर कैटेगरीज, न्यू, यहाँ पे इनवॉइसेस. ओके, सेंटर टाइप क्लासिक सेंटर, सेंटर टैब ए के आई एन वी टैब बिकॉज हमने ये टैब बनाया है, और यहाँ पे इनवॉइसेस, हाँ इनवॉइसेस लिस्ट. ठीक है, ऐड एंड save. So इससे when we go, this is the tab AKINV tab, invoices category, and this is the link invoices list. मैं ये ओपन करूंगा तो यहाँ से भी अब मैंने invoices के लिए navigation बना लिया है.
Okay.
So this is what about center tabs. So any questions, any doubts?
No. So you can manipulate. Can you change the seeded center tabs on transactions? I want to show something. I don't want to show something. How do I go change
Yeah,
that?
for that also you can do. You go to customization again, center tabs. Okay, then you spoke about transactions. Yeah, center category में ट्रांजैक्शन आप जा सकते हो. ओके, यहाँ पर ये जो भी है इसके अंदर आप basically you can manipulate, but I mean I don't have access to it, but you can manipulate. You can also add any of the item under any of these standard tabs as well. Hello.
Yeah.
So this is how you can arrange things under this. Any other questions?
I don't know. Means you have to tell me if I should know anything, because on a day-to-day basis, what are the challenges that you face in your support that you're working with, and how do you
So
mitigate?
yeah, so see, usually the primary use case of this is that what we do, standard चीजें तो है, navigation है, and eventually every user will get to know about it. But whatever custom objects we create, right, the custom records and all, okay,
Mm.
try to like put them under a custom tab like this. We create a custom tab and we try to assign our things under the custom tab so that the user will know like where he has to navigate for all the customizations that they've got developed and all.
Oh,
Okay, so the forms or the records or anything. Okay, so like we store it under the tabs, like we create tabs like this and we store it under them.
okay.
That's the use case of it.
Okay.